welcome to this live Bitcoin trading video. Now guys, I'm about to scalp Bitcoin down through into taking out this low. Now as I go through to the 15 minutes time frame, let's talk about it a little bit. Now as you can see here, the market is certainly going through to the downside, and the market was forming, of course, lower highs and lower lows, stopped here and started forming this flag through to the upside where it left liquidity right here. So we have these bottoms and we have this trend line right here through to the downside. It was broken, the market tested it, and it's currently going through to the downside. So it's grabbing all the liquidity through to the downside here, and I believe there's more liquidity through right here, this double bottom, and I believe simply that we're going to grab it. And this is why I'm selling Bitcoin right now from this candlestick right here, and I'm selling it down into this area right here where I'll take like a 1 to 2, and then my final target is going to be this double bottom here. So let's see how this goes. We can also clearly see that we're forming liquidity through to the downside here. So we have lots of liquidity through to the downside, we have lots of liquidity through to the upside, and I'm looking for Bitcoin to grab the liquidity through to the downside first, and then maybe I'll start targeting the liquidity through to the upside. So I also do believe here that if the market were to make it through to the downside and grab this low right here, grab the double bottom here, that we're going to start pushing through to the upside as soon as we grab this daily low in the previous day. So I'm going to also be looking, if Bitcoin makes it down into this area right here, to be like buying the market from this area right there. So let's see how this goes. Of course, if this high gets broken or this high gets broken, then I'm going to change my analysis and try to revisit the market from a perspective of we're taking the liquidity through to the upside now. So let's see how this goes, guys. The first position just ended. I wanted to reward ratio here. Now I have nothing to do now, like I can't sell, I can't buy, because the market melted through to the downside, showing me no price action. Grab the liquidity below here and grab the liquidity below this line right here. So in this case, in this price action, if this price action continues, then I'm going to be waiting the market to get into this area as I showed you on the 15 minutes time frame, and then I'm going to be deciding what to do. Now if the market retraces a little bit, does something with the price action, which I'm going to update you, then I'm going to be taking a second and a third position to see where the market goes. Now I'll update you guys on my next actual move here. I want to sell Bitcoin. I wanted to get into this area, and then I'm going to look to buy it back up from this area right here. However, as long as Bitcoin remains below this low at least, I'm going to be looking to sell Bitcoin through to the downside. But I can't find any other position to sell here right now because the market melted like impulsively through to the downside, and it didn't leave me no liquidity to work with here. The only liquidity that I'm seeing is this line right here. So possibly, potentially, if the market makes it up through into this area right here and takes out this high, looking at the price action when it does that, then I'm going to maybe be looking to sell Bitcoin through from this like area right here, somewhere through to the downside. We'll see, like, depending on the price action and how the market actually moves into this high for me to take this decision. So let's wait here and see how it goes. As I always say, trading is a waiting game. It's not a game where you just want to enter as much trades as you possibly can. Now, as I said, my general direction of Bitcoin is down, but that doesn't mean that the market is slowing down right here, so I need to sell Bitcoin again. No, you need to wait for the setups that you're comfortable with, and you need to wait for the patterns that you're comfortable with, and this is what I'm doing. So let's see how this goes, guys. The market melted through to the downside into my area. I'm still waiting the market to just come down a little bit into this area right here. So I wanted to liquidate it perfectly. And then after it does that, I'm going to be buying from here and targeting the highs over there. So at least I want a 3 risk to reward ratio here I can get. So this is going to be my next trade, and let's see how this goes. So as I told you, I wanted to sell Bitcoin all the way down from these areas right here into these areas right here. I only could do one trade because the market didn't offer me anything. And then right now we're into my area where I wanted to buy Bitcoin, so I'm going to do that through to the upside. All I'm waiting from Bitcoin right now is to simply just hit me at my entry here, and then I'll enter and then push the market through to the upside, hopefully, and it'll be my second win. If that's my second win, then it's going to be everything I do today in the market, and I'm going to leave. If I take a loss, then I'm going to allow myself the privilege of taking 2 losses. So I'm going to keep trading. I'm going to be taking partial profits just above this high right here. And then, of course, my target is going to be just above this high right there. So 2 lines of liquidity here. This is the first high, then this is the second high. So I'm going to take partial profits at the first one, and then my full TP at the second one. So this is actually not going to be a 3-hour trade. It's going to be half of the position is going to be taken at 1.5, which is going to be 0.75 R, because I'm taking half of the position off. And then the other half is going to be taken at 1 to 3, which is 1 to 1.5. I mean, it's 1.5 R. So 1.5 R plus 0.75, it's going to be a 2.25 R if the market actually hits the full target. And then we'll see how that goes, guys. Impulsively took my partial profits area and my final target right here. It keeps pushing through to the upside because, as I said, the market was targeting the liquidity right here through to the downside on the 15 minutes time frame. It took out this double bottom, it took all this liquidity, and then it's starting to push through to the upside for obvious goals to take out the liquidity through to the upside. I don't care anymore. I'm leaving at this point. I made 2R on the first trade and then 2.25R on the second trade, which pushes me up to 4.25 are on both trades. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, because I'm not a scalper myself. I'm a day trader usually. However, I put out those scalping videos for those of you who are scalpers to benefit from. I was a scalper in the past, and for me, I unfortunately couldn't manage my emotions. Scalping, I was always really stressed. Yes, I stick to my strategy. Yes, I've done everything I can during scalping. I've made some money. However, day trading for me feels more comfortable, feels more natural. It gives me more time in my day to manage other businesses and take care of other stuff. So of course, I've made that decision, and I believe that each one of you will eventually make that decision as you grow and as your fund grows. However, for now, for those of you who really like scalping, I do those videos for you. So of course, let me know in the comments if you enjoy them, if you benefit from them, and good luck, guys.